On May 16, 2017, I arrived at the San Antonio International Airport ready to begin my summer with a 6-week trip to Rusinga Island in Kenya, Africa. I was there to volunteer with the small organization called Rusinga Island Trust, which was located on Lake Victoria in the western side of Kenya. After a long 30-hour journey from San Antonio, Texas to Doha, Qatar, I had finally arrived in Kenya. Once I arrived at the Kisumu International Airport, I was picked up by my program organizer, Alphonse Akuku. During my first week there, Alphonse helped me get involved at one of the 2 clinics on the island called Kalunga Dispensary, which was located on Kalunga Beach. I was also fortunate enough to work at the preschool Mimi Education Center teaching English to little kids aged 3 to 5. At the clinic, I was able to do health outreaches and inreaches throughout the community with the nurses and doctors, along with working at the clinic on a daily basis. I was also fortunate enough to work at the preschool Mimi Education Center teaching the kids English. As soon as I had arrived, the program coordinator thought that I would have the hardest time adjusting and that I would be out the first week, which turned out not to be the case. I was able to adjust there very easily because of my previous foreign traveling experiences. Although I was able to adjust in a short amount of time, I was the only volunteer there, which was initially the hardest part of the adjustment. Throughout my time there, I was slowly able to build a relationship with the host family and was able to get used to the change. I was always known as Mizungu, which in Kiswahili means the foreigner. Every day when I went to the clinic, there were always people in the community that would stare as I walked to the dispensary, as they don't get to see that many foreigners on the island. Although there were some hardships being the only volunteer in the program, I was able to get the most out of every experience and build a personal relationship with as many people in the community and clinic as possible. During the week, I went to the clinic and visited schools a couple days to do outreaches, working with the nurses and the doctors. Over the weekends, I was able to keep myself busy by doing a project to restore the library at Mimi Education Center, and an inreach every Sunday with the local teenage boys and girls to acknowledge different public health issues that the community faces and answer any questions that they had for me. Overall, I learned so much out of my experience in Kenya, and although I was the only volunteer there, I was able to establish other relationships with local people and families that I am very appreciative of and am very fortunate to have.